right, welcome back to the Minnesota. Skip the next month ahead. We're making a lot of money per month right now with what we've got production wise going. This is actually working correctly. Um, at least it seemed. Yeah, see, it just takes a little while before this belt kicks back on again. And then it goes on up and in. So that is loading itself up. I do have the roof plates running. I've picked up all of our lumber to bring back to the farm. But for some reason, the those facilities haven't asked for the next item yet. So we might have to wait another month, but we are going to go ahead and get the cattle. This month we've got the cash for it. By a large amount. We'll easily be able to buy the I think we'll be able to easily buy the 5,000 head. I mean 500 head I want. Um, I think the sheep should start producing wool here at any time. Maybe it's next month. It might be at 8 months when it will start producing wool. So we might have 2 months before we start getting wool. I am not concerned about the amount of hay they've got right now because of the amount we put in at the start. Because I think they're at like 560 at the very start, so we're fine with that. Um, I'm going to go ahead and let this slide. Um, Next month or the following, we'll probably run out of silage. I'm not worried about that. We've got a lot of methane built up. If we do run out, we'll be short some money at the end of a month. Not anything I'm too concerned about. So let's go ahead and get the cattle, because once we get them in here, we'll start getting manure and slurry, which can replace what we have been running. How much is it? Ooh, ouch. So the thing is, at 18 months is when the cattle can reproduce. Um, so what I was hoping to do is throw one in there and throw this 500 head in, and immediately after their health goes up, breed them right away. Because besides that, older animals would be able to give us more. 260. That's 866. We'd have enough to do it that way. Breed these as soon as they mature. About a year later, be able to breed these. Or just get these now and wait a year. I mean, wait till next month to get another 250 of them is, I think, the route I'm going to take. This can get put away because there's not going to be any grass cutting for a couple more months. And actually, I think we were talking about, this thing just kicks this trailer out so fast. Gets me all the time. I think it has to do with the rear steering. What we were talking about doing is putting cotton here. And that would be 3 months. If we're going to do cotton there, I think I'm going to want to oh, we should have planted it with oilseed radish last month. No. Yeah, and then cultivated it under and put the cotton in. We're going to let it go. If we get, I don't think we'll get a harvest in January. We might get a harvest February or the month that we're going to plant. We might be able to get a harvest in February. It won't be as good, but we would only harvest the grass in this field in February. Let that go another month. We need to check greenhouse. We look to be okay in all of that. Iron furnace, we're okay with that. Did we have a tractor up there? Yes, we do. Let's get this back home. And we don't need to get any more metal up there for a couple months. And actually, what is that set at right now? It's set to selling. Let's see how much. I think we've got plenty of rolls of metal currently. And once our sheep start producing wool, we'll buy the rope facility and start making rope. And also get a spinner to be able to start making cloth sometime soon. But we should get close to 600K again when we go to sleep. And I think we're pretty close to being done with needing most of this stuff. So I'm just going to park this right here for now. See, we have 27 beams. Okay. What I'm going to do is change that to selling. Storing. And change that to selling. So we'll pick up a couple more of these. Actually, standard planks, I don't think we need that much. Yeah, I want to get one round of that. We should be good. 8 metal, we should be good. We're good on that. Oh, and that's something I want to do. We've got a bunch of digestate in the fermenter. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that. Empty this out. And next month we'll go and find out how many roofing tiles we've got and pick up the lumber. And I think that'll be enough for us on the lumber to actually stop doing anything on that. We'll start selling all of that, making a bunch of money. Yeah, once you buy a lumber yard in this game, if you're harvesting the trees, even if you've got the equipment to do a fairly efficient job at harvesting them, it's easy money. All right, that's good there. I just didn't want to do a whole bunch of lumberjack work. That's why we put the greenhouse in. I think my next video will be, I can't remember what map it is, but it's a pretty heavily lumber type map, and I'll play that next. And what I'll probably do is get several videos of this going and start recording that series. Yep. Like I figured, over 600,000. So let's go ahead and get this stuff going. How is... Yeah. Went through a bunch of the methane. We're fine. We should have some manure. Actually, let's go ahead and buy the cattle first. And another 250 of those. And pick up the slurry. In this first run, we won't have any straw to take care of. But this will be our daily routine. Moving manure and slurry over. And we'll always be doing manure first. Because after today, we will be picking up straw on our way back, because that's a byproduct of what it's going to do with this manure and slurry. So we'd just be basically spinning around, stopping right here to get the manure and slurry. We also need to check seeds, fertilizer, and all of that stuff in the greenhouse, in that lumber area. And we'll just check it through the menu. Yeah, we still got plenty of food. And we are going to run out. Going to turn that down. Next month and the following months, it'll be better because we'll have we have more cows. And yep, they're not maturing. So I'm not sure if that field will be cuttable in February. We might wait the month to go to March to get it one more harvest of light grass. I'm going to do stacking on the first because I want to pick up the ceiling tiles. Only to, it's going to take some time. Now we go to layer. And this did not do what it's supposed to be doing. Ugh. All right, how much? It still had stone. All right, we're just going to let that go for a while. I'm going to have to fiddle with that every month. Whoop. I want to see how much it's costing us a month. I think we're going to bump up the ceiling tiles. And by the it's 48. Yeah, I'm really not liking the way this goes. Might do some research and figure out another way to do this. Yeah, what I think I might do is just get another telehandler with that big bucket and move two, 3 runs every month. Get rid of this thing 'cause it's bugging me. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of this. Let's see if this will trigger. I'm thinking not. Yeah, I'm not seeing this trigger. That stuff's not showing yet. Still another month to go on that. Okay, so 24,000 stones a month. We're going to bump that up to that. Yeah, you're going away. Anything for sale? Cheap? No. Don't want any of those. These are all real nice, but I don't want any of those. Let's go ahead and with another Bobcat. And we're going to go this route again. No shovel teeth. Skid steer loader. Fast. Unrealistic. And by the time we go over load... Oh, okay, you're going to load it? Fine, we'll let you load it. By the time we got back to the yard, picked up the pickup or semi to load this up in about the same amount of time. Now we also need to check the metal to make sure we don't need to bring some more metal over to the foundry. And we'll check the other items out as well. Yeah. So we're just going to go and get this guy. Park it like right here. Be good ocean individuals. Park this with the bucket down. Furnace. Oh yeah, we're good there. Sawmill. Not too shabby. Let's go ahead and jump to the truck. I want to do two things. Yeah, we're good to start selling all of it. That's going to give us a good payday. All right, we're going to get some seed. All right, we're going to have to do that by hand. Oh. I emptied it and I shouldn't have. A little too much. But we'll live with it. We should be able to empty the last of this seed tomorrow. And reload. Probably need to reload solid fertilizer at that time. So all of that's looking good. Yeah, that's going to be low ball. That's not running yet. Okay. Skip the month. And we'll see how we need to do this. The reason we didn't make as much this month as previously is this right here. We didn't sell as much electricity and everything else. All right, that doesn't need to go right away. We're going to do a flyby on that. Yeah, nothing is in the queue there. We got some stone to move. Perfect. We can hold off another month before doing any more metal. So let's go ahead, run downstairs. Okay, that's empty. Beautiful. Greenhouse. We are all fine and dandy. $150,000. We probably got a month or two before we really start getting a good amount of all of that. Okay. We're going to buy some more straw. Because I seriously doubt we've got over 100,000 straw. Yeah. Cows. We're at 20-month. Manually reproduce. Manually reproduce. At the end of this time, we'll have 100,000 cattle. And we'll be making large amounts of cash again. So I'm going to come around it. I'm not going to bother with getting straw this round. We're going to go ahead and just buy 100,000 straw. While that's loading, we still have plenty of hay. And that's going to be plenty. Throw a little bit in here. Cows have... Yep, we're loading up on food. The robot was keeping up with 500 head. I don't know if it's going to keep up with 1,000 head as well. And 14,000 mineral feed. I think we're going to have to buy some mineral feed here pretty soon. I think we'll be able to make it through at least a month or two. All right. From what I remember, dryer... Oh! My bad. I forgot we harvested a bunch of hay. So let's work on that. $500,000. Yeah, if we're a little over 500,000, we can throw the rest of it in here. Now we definitely don't have to wait for the sheep, worry about the sheep at all. And this is January. We'll see if we'll be able to do anything there in February. Looking good there. Let's check on how many roof plates we have. Only 3 bundles. We don't need to worry about any of the rest of that. Greenhouse is fairly set. Iron furnace is fine. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and activate that up again. And skip another month. Now, albeit, if we're cutting down trees ourselves and stuff, that's what we'd be doing these months we're skipping. Getting a bunch of surplus trees cut up, staged, ready to go. And first things first, we did not get any extra growth on those grass fields. And that would be November instead of October. If we did another month, let's take a look at the field behind the house. I think we are going to go ahead and get this done. we're going to go ahead and plow this under. Start the cotton now because I don't think we're going to get that much grass. We could get 1,000 liters of grass if I go 2 cycles in, but I don't want to wait that long. Okay, we do not have it for allowing create fields, so we're good to go there. We're going to need straw. But since we didn't load up any straw last month, we should have plenty. Well, we'll have some more this month. Definitely enough to fill up the inside, but probably not in here. We can go another month there. We can go another month there. We can go ahead and turn this off again. And double check. Yep, that's the one I need for seed. Ooh, I goofed. We had a bunch of oats to sell off, and I didn't sell them off in December. So do I want to sell it off now or... Yeah, let's go ahead and sell off those oats now. And I am way too lazy to do it the way I should do it. So we're going to go and use this instead of my truck, which would take 2 trips instead of 1. Not supposed to. Supposed to use that and do the multiple trips for the grains, but... See, this is supposed to allow me to dry the grain and make more money, but... it's not in my production chains. So that's thrown me off. how to turn it on. Just put fuel in it. So we'll run this up to grain mill, grain elevator, either one of those. How? And we are going to need to get a cotton harvester. And while we're over here unloading, after we unload, we'll move some more stone over. Don't think we'll have to worry about the roof tiles yet. Don't think we'll have to pick them up yet. We'll pick them up March. Maybe April. Hopefully we'll have the full amount we need then. We need 10 more total from what we have at the yard. Oh, wait. I think we had 3 at the yard, don't we? So 9. No, it was 2 at the yard. I think 3 that was already there from the previous time. Three, 7. Yeah, we have plenty of room there to have that loaded all the way up before we need to go any further. Okay. I didn't realize it could go over. Okay, that's still another month. Before this needs to go. Because we can pick about 50,000 up, I believe. So that's where we're sitting at. I'm going to cut this here, since we're sitting at an hour already. And I'm going to pick the stones up off of 17. plant it with cotton, and continue on from there. All right. Yes, we got all of those. Yeah, it is only 2 pallets there, so we're at 9. Next month, I believe we'll have enough roof plates. Let's take a look at everything. This is, yep, we need 12 stacks of wood plates, so we'll be able to do this next month. At least deliver the stuff. I'm wondering if it's not completing because we need one more beam. I'm going to find out right now. And we need 12 stacks of rope there. Let's grab the pickup. And I'm pretty sure that said beam, right? Yeah, it wants a beam. So let's bring it 1 beam and see if that kicks it to the next month. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Wood beam. Boom. There's the beams. And when we get there, we'll just speed up time and let's see if it ticks it over. And actually, what I'm kind of thinking about doing here, if anyone's tuned in for this long, put it in the video. What I think I'm going to do is go ahead and buy this and start doing the and the right equipment and actually start harvesting it and using the same thing I did before instead of hauling it to the lumber yard. Okay, let's speed this up. Get to the top of the hour. Don't even need to do that much. Okay, so we've got the metal it needs, so it's going to finish off, but yeah, that's all that was holding it up. So let's go ahead, go back to the farm. Next month we'll have different items to bring in. So what I'm thinking about doing is we've got everything except one piece of equipment, unless we haul the lumber in ourselves. All right. He's got a ways to go still. So what I would be doing, the only thing I would need to do is pick up one of these. I'm thinking this one. Just because the capacity, the weight. It's easier to do it. And put in this, and that would distribute to the lumber yard, and just do that instead of, why is this door open? Okay, it's not optical illusion. Instead of the greenhouse. But at the same time, I want to speed this up, and that greenhouse is doing that for us. We got a little bit more work to do. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and let that kick back on. Because we'll have more silage before we need it. That'll get our income back up again. Got a little bit of time here, so I'm going to end this here and bring you all back in. When this field's ready to harvest, we will also have some stuff to do here, I believe. We'll see. One thing I am going to do now before I cut you folks loose is we're going to go ahead and buy the rope maker. And that's a tailor shop. Let's put not that, not that, this. Right there. And go back to this. Wool is going to be distributing. whenever our sheep start producing the wool. I bought the tailor shop. That's not the one I wanted to buy. That's the one I wanted. Okay. A little more than I wanted to do right then. We're not going to do anything on any of these things right now. We're waiting for wool, cotton, yada yada to come in. The furnace is still sitting there. So that's where we're going to leave it video-wise. We should have wool starting, I think, after winter. Actually, we've got 500. Let's go ahead and have these breed. So we're all set, good to go. And I'll bring you back in when this field's ready to harvest, and we'll be taking care of these. Should be at least on the next stage, because we should have the roofing tiles for this one, roofing plates. So we'll bring in a load of 6 beams, 6 long and 6 roof plates for this. This one is going to want, I don't know what. It'll be a surprise for both of us. We'll check that before we do it. This needs rope. I don't think we're going to have that yet. So that's just going to be the way it is. So have a good day. Catch y'all later.